Candy cane grounds.
Okay, hurry up.
Taylor Zimmerman, 2 for you. Glen Coco, 4 for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Oh, Katie, here you go. 1 for you. And none for Gretchen Wieners. Bye.
I went to high school in the second half of the 2000s, and let me tell you, that was an experience. But there are 2 movies that I always thought captured that experience best. Superbad and Mean Girls.
So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
Now it's December, and this is my first Christmas video of the year, but to be honest, I consider Mean Girls a Christmas movie, or at the very least, a holiday movie. It really captures that great time of year at the beginning of the school year, from September to December, and all the holidays in between. Plus there's that iconic Christmas scene. We can't forget that. So the hell with it, it's a Christmas movie now. Mean Girls is the brainchild of veteran SNL comedian Tina Fey. And to be honest, Tina Fey is one of the few people from that SNL syndicate that I actually find funny. Aside from maybe like Will Ferrell and Andy Samberg. Anyway, I remember this movie being a huge deal when it came out. People at the time already knew that this was gonna be an instant high school classic film for millennials. This was Lindsay Lohan coming straight out of Disney to finally do something actually respectable acting-wise that would open doors to a lot of places. Unfortunately for her, that didn't work out. If you ever wanted to know what peak Lindsay Lohan looks like, it's this movie. Also The Parent Trap. That was pretty good too.
Hey, I'm having a small get-together at my house tomorrow night. There's just gonna be a few cool people and you better be one of them, Biatch.
I don't go.
Shut up. I love that shirt on you.
Mean Girls also stars 2 huge actresses before they became popular. Rachel McAdams.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
And Amanda Seyfried.
It's like I have ESPN or something. My breasts can always tell when it's gonna rain.
Lizzie Kaplan also got her start in this movie, as far as I know, and it also stars Tim Meadows and Amy Poehler from SNL, alongside Tina Fey herself. And outside of these names, every other actor shines as well. This is such a well-written movie that even though the plot centers around Lohan's character, every side character is given almost equal screen time and jokes. And it's quite a large cast to wrangle together. It really says something when my favorite scenes from this movie don't even involve the main characters. For example, Kevin G.
Because the next time you see her, she'd be like, Kevin G!
Thank you, Kevin, that's enough.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Or this girl.
I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles and we'd all eat it, be happy.
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school?
No.
It isn't an after-school special like a lot of teen movies are, but it's also not a raunchy film like a lot of teen movies are. It's somewhere in the middle, but it's also family-friendly, while it still kind of has an edge to it. That being said, the movie is directed at teens, and it never patronizes its target audience. Look, if you're in high school and you're going through some shit, watch this movie, because this will help you figure out a lot. And despite all that seriousness, the film is equally weighted as a hard-hitting comedy. Alright, here's a summary of the plot. Katie Heron has been raised all her life in Africa with her expatriated parents, who are researchers there. She's basically going into high school not knowing anything about American teen customs and what they care about. But I think everyone going into high school ends up feeling this way early on. Luckily, she makes friends with Janice and Damien. Let's just get this out of the way. Damien is the best character in the whole movie. Everything he says is an instant laugh. And honestly, if you've ever heard a quote from this movie, it's probably a line that he says.
And I want my pink shirt back! I want my pink shirt back!
Anyway, there's another group of the school that reigns at the top of the hierarchy. The Plastics. Gretchen, Karen, and Regina. Early on, Regina, the queen bee, takes a liking to Katie, and Janice and Damien convince her to infiltrate their group. Katie is hesitant, but when Regina purposely gets back together with Katie's crush, Katie agrees to knock Regina down a notch. Throughout the year, they attempt to sabotage any legitimacy Regina has to the high school throne, but things always hilariously don't end up how they want it to. If you've watched my other videos before, you know that I'm big on comfy. And Mean Girls has a very comfortable aspect to it. For me, it's not just the nostalgia aspect of a simpler time where all I cared about was going to parties, hanging out with friends, and going on dates. The movie's visuals are actually very warm as well. And I really like the message too. It doesn't spoon feed you some life lesson you've heard before. It really has a message that is very relevant for teens. So with that coziness and that holiday cheer, I feel like it also acts well as a Christmas movie. But I guess that's up to you. Either way, I think that Mean Girls is one of the best comedies I've ever seen, and I give it 4.5 out of 5. Even though it's not really a Christmas movie, I always watch it around December because it gives me that holiday vibe. And I feel because the Halloween and the Christmas scenes are pretty prominent in this film, it's a great way to kick off the early holiday season. And that's why this is my first video going into Christmas. And hell, watch it any other time of the year as well. It's a timeless classic.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Regina's like the Barbie doll I never had. I'd never seen anybody so glamorous.